Can you see that? You know what time it is. It's Gundam time. General Motors Honda building EVs together. It starts with, well, the Cadillac Lyric, and we're going to get an accurate version of that. But Honda is getting the Prologue as well, built with General Motors down in Mexico, alongside the brand new EV that just got announced last night. That is the Blazer EV. And there's an SS version. Could we be seeing a Type R version with over 500 horsepower? Let's get into it. Before we get too far ahead of ourselves, I just wanted to thank you guys. It's been 2 years to the date since I quit my full-time sales job to be on YouTube. It's a dream come true. Can't wait for 3, 4, 5, 6, 10 years to celebrate that 10-year anniversary with you guys of being full-time on YouTube. Who knows what YouTube will be in 8 years from now? That seems wild. Anyways, I just want to thank you as well as the paying members on the channel. All you guys rock my socks off. Let's get into this Blazer EV and the all-new Prologue. First of all, let's compare the images. Starting with the design, I don't think we knew that the Prologue would be based off the Blazer until the past 24 hours. So if we look at the far right, this is just, of course, render or concept art of the new Blazer, or the Prologue, right? Prologue says it on the license plate, Kirk. The best way to tell that this is the same vehicle, essentially, is the C-pillar little window thing. See this triangle? It is duplicated over here. Now, of course, this D-pillar rear window design is completely different on the two. And overall, I do think the Prologue is a better looking vehicle. I mean, of course, the headlights are cool. General Motors and Chevy totally just ripped off of Volvo and Polestar with these Thor's hammer sort of design. What do you think about that? That is ridiculous. There's no shame. And also another thing that's telling me it's the same vehicle, or pretty much underneath, right? It's a charging port. Charging port is pretty much in the exact same spot over the front tire here. So which of these vehicles, Honda and Chevy aside, don't think about it that way, because most of you are, I don't really cover domestic automakers, but just based off looks, which one are you more interested in? To me, the Honda is no doubt the cleaner, better looking vehicle. All these lines are just way too busy for me. Just doesn't need to be there. But the front end of the Chevy doesn't look bad. I'll give it that. But the side design is a little bit crazy, like the Hyundai Tucson. Now we're going to take a look at the tier levels. Thank you, Chevy, for having a badass spreadsheet here. It's actually really simple because there isn't that much differentiating these trims. Battery packs, we don't have details on the size of these battery packs, but we have the range for each trim. So the initial, or should I say the base trim 1LT, about 250 miles of range, almost 300 range when you go up to the 2LT, even more on the RS. But the RS not only gives you more range, but it has bigger wheels, 21-inch wheels. And even though the digital displays are the same on all tiers, we have heated and ventilated front seats on the RS and a heated flat bottom steering wheel. What is absolutely bonkers here is the powertrain configurations. Now the base is just front wheel drive, nothing to think twice about. You go up to the 2LT, front wheel drive or all wheel drive. But the crazy thing is that you can actually get rear wheel drive by itself as well as front wheel drive. I've never seen anything like this. Typically automakers are, well, you can get front wheel drive or all wheel drive, or it's rear wheel drive or all wheel drive, but never have we seen front, rear, or all wheel drive that I can think of. Now the SS is the range topping, full on like sport car, like hypercar, not hypercar, but supercar performance. 0 to 60 is going to be under 4 seconds on this vehicle. All wheel drive standard, of course. You also have heated rear outboard seats, and you get 22-inch wheels. 22-inch wheels. I thought they were 21s, but no, they're 22s on the full fat SS. So a couple more things for SS. This could, very well be the Type R if General Motors and Chevy let Honda borrow this tech. If they don't, then they don't, and we won't have a Type R. But if they do, the Blazer SS is the same thing as the upcoming Type R, potentially, the Prologue Type R. That's just me getting really excited, but hey, if Chevy's doing it, why wouldn't Honda? Right? If it's the same vehicle built in the same plant in Mexico, the Ramos Arizpe plant. So a few things that I haven't mentioned yet. We have front Brembo brakes and Sport Tune chassis, all-wheel drive performance. In its ludicrous mode, they call it WOW mode, also wide open watts. Wow. Anyways, 557 horsepower, 648 pound-feet of torque. This is going straight up against the Ford Mustang Mach-E, of course, the Tesla Model Y performance model. but you also have the Kia EV6 GT, the Ioniq 5, which is supposed to be, well, the Ioniq 5N specifically is going to be revealed probably tomorrow, the 20th on N Day. So pretty crazy what we have going on here with this SS, potentially Honda Prologue Type R. They also have a police pursuit vehicle that is going to be sold to police fleets. That is quite crazy. I think it looks pretty cool. I also wanted to go over this right here, over automotive news. This just kind of helps us take a look. It doesn't really matter which EV you get. They're all pretty darn expensive. They're not really attainable for the masses. It's still going to be a pretty affluent person's car, I would say, even the Blazer EV and the Prologue. So starting at $48K, destination is going to be, of course, another $1,000 or whatever. Will come next summer, a whole year from now. RS, you can get in the all-wheel drive. Remember, I don't have power numbers on the RS or the 2LT, mind you. So just stay tuned. I wouldn't be surprised if it's somewhat similar to what we have on the Cadillac Lyriq, but I just don't know. We know those power numbers on the SS, the 550 or so horsepower. That is coming fall of 2023. So we have 3 trim levels that will be available next year by the end of the year. You also have the 1L. Well, it's the 1LT. It's 1LT. This is a typo here. And that's coming in Q1 2024. So the Blazer EV will have vehicles kind of in this price range. I mean, MSRP on that vehicle starts at $45K, which the BZ4X all-wheel drive Subaru Solterra starts around there as well. So yes, kind of in that same ballpark. And they'll have a range tier, which I could throw in, but I'm not completing that spreadsheet right here, right now. I want to talk about the Warp tier, because that is where the Chevy Blazer EV SS is going to be. Compared to its competition, 550 horsepower is quite a bit more than the Mach-E GT, quite a bit more than the Model Y Performance, and just a smidge under the EV6 GT, which is also going to be the Ioniq 5N more than likely. 0 to 60 on all these vehicles are going to be under 4 seconds. Battery size, we don't know. We actually don't know what the battery size is going to be on the EV6 GT, I don't think. But they could just use the same battery size that they currently use on their other eGMP platform vehicles with a 77 kilowatt hour. And that's kind of par for course if you compare to the Model Y. And then if you look at the Mach-E GT, 88 kilowatts, 250. But look, this has the most range, so it's going to have the biggest battery as well. So I think it's probably safe to say we'll just put in a 100 kilowatt hour battery here. This vehicle is also going to cost the most, but well, in theory, I don't know what the EV6 GT is going to cost. All these are around the mid 60s for this sort of Warp tier performance. So, and I hope Honda at least gets a little slice of this pie with the Type R variant with 550 horse as well, but who knows? Maybe they'll save that for the Acura lineup. But I'm going to end it there. Quick little video. The Prologue is coming for Honda next year, shortly after all the different trim levels of the Blazer EV will be out. So pretty exciting. It's not going to be cheap though. No EVs are. So it starts at 45K, goes up to 65K essentially with the SS trim. Again, I want to thank you guys for 2 years of supporting me full time on YouTube. I did YouTube 2 years before that to get to full time. So 4 years total pretty much at this point. So I just want to thank you guys. It's amazing. I wouldn't want to do anything else than what I do. Work from home, talk about cars, travel the country, drive sick cars. Tomorrow I leave to see the unveil of the new Civic Type R. So it's absolutely insane. You guys make my dreams come true from the bottom of my heart and from my family. They appreciate you guys as well. Thank you so much, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace out.